Broadcasting live from the studios at WLKL 89.9 The Maxa Alternative, the sports show that puts you in the know about Lakers athletics. This is Lakers Live with Chet Novak.
Welcome to Lakers Live. I'm your host, Chet Novak. Joining us today are a couple of Lakeland College Lady Lakers softball players, Tori Purcell and Katie Reif. I said that right, Reif? Okay. Both in the studio right now. Tori Purcell is up first. You are a sophomore, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, you played softball in Lakewood, Colorado.
Yeah.
And when did you start playing then?
My junior year, we moved from Illinois over to Colorado, and so I just started playing for them my junior year.
Oh, okay. So when we see that you're from Lakewood, Colorado, that's not where you grew up?
Right. I actually was born and raised in Indiana.
Oh, okay. Where at? Tell us about that.
Lafayette, Indiana, out in the country, so.
Okay. And you went to Lakewood for high school playing?
Yeah.
Okay. And then back here to Illinois
Right.
for Lakeland?
Right.
Okay. How did that happen?
Well, I was on Nick and Denny's showcase for a while, and so I've known them since like 8th grade, and I moved out there. I wasn't actually going to play softball in college until I got a call from Coach Thornburg, and so that's kind of what brought me out here.
Okay. And then out in Colorado, I have to ask because I watch baseball on TV, and they say the baseball flies different in the outfield and so forth. Is there an effect that you could tell when you were there?
Yeah, definitely.
What is that?
There's no humidity to make the ball sink, so it just flies.
So it carries farther and farther.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you notice the big difference when you first got there, or a difference when you got back in the Midwest?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I struggled.
Okay.
But
Okay, in Indiana now, in Lafayette, you played just softball as a young lady. What else? Anything else? Any other sports?
well, I tried basketball. That didn't work out. And then I started volleyball, and I played volleyball up until my junior year in high school because volleyball and softball in Colorado are both fall sports. So I had to give and take. So I chose softball.
And usually here when the softball players come in, I ask them what other position they'd like to play. But now that we hit this point, what other sport, if you could play it, what would it be besides softball?
I don't know. I tried lacrosse at my high school. That was fun, but I probably lacrosse.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know much about lacrosse, but sounds interesting. And how did you come to be the catcher on Lakeland's team?
During high school, I was actually middle infield shortstop, so I didn't really see much catching time. But during the summers, that's basically all I did was catch. And I was recruited to catch, so.
And how did that happen? The team needed a catcher, and then you just became good at it, or you really wanted to?
No, I was in Coach Nelson's showcase. I was a catcher there, too, so it's where I learned a lot of my fundamentals.
Okay, and then as far as softball goes, if you weren't a catcher, what other position would you really like to play?
Probably the outfield.
The outfield.
Yeah.
Certain one, corner, center?
Corners.
And you do play some outfield, don't you?
Yeah.
Usually in right?
I started left field for half the season this year.
Okay, that's when we had the switching around with the Rundys and Katie Reif, of course.
Yeah.
And now you play some in right field, correct?
Not right
anymore?
No.
Okay. Did you play in right at one point?
I did.
Okay.
One game.
Oh, okay. That must have been the one I saw then. Okay, well, you have, if this is up to date, 41 hits, 7 doubles this season so far, 3 triples, 7 homers, including one in the doubleheader on Saturday, this past Saturday, 30 RBIs, 25 runs you scored, 331 batting average, 350 on base percentage, and a fielding percentage of 995. Do you realize you only have 1 error this year?
No.
Why do you think you're so successful at the plate?
I have
no idea.
No idea. Just see it and hit it.
What's some of your preparation for batting skills? What do you do?
Like it during the game or pre-game?
Pre-game.
I just go in with trying to figure out what the pitcher throws and work on that pitch, I guess.
Okay, and I made the point now that you're one of the smaller players. So how is it you think you generate this power that you have at the plate?
Definitely lower body.
Mm-hmm.
Get my legs into it because my upper body's not as, strong. So.
Well, judging by them home runs I've seen out in center field, which if anyone's been to the Laker softball field, the evergreen trees out there in center are fairly tall, and you seem to hit one through the tops of those a couple times. So, have you hit for this much power before you got to Lakeland?
My freshman, sophomore year, I was a pretty big yard hitter, but after that, when I moved, it kind of messed me up a little, different batting styles and teaching, so it's kind of in between.
And as a catcher behind the plate, does size matter or not?
I really don't think so,
No.
but, some people do.
Mm-hmm.
It's preference, I guess.
Well, the umpire gets a good look at the plate.
Oh, yeah.
Then. So
For
that's
sure.
important with your good pitching staff that you have. And now we'll look back again. What was the main thing that made you want to come to Lakeland to play softball?
Well, I knew a lot of the girls. I had played summer ball with them for about 2 years, so I already knew over half the team. So that was a big driving force for why I came here.
And when you first got here, were you very comfortable with the whole atmosphere of the team, or was it kind of hard to adjust to?
No, it was pretty comfortable. I mean, I spent the summer before college started here, so I got reacquainted with everybody, and then once the season started, I just had to make friends with the sophomores and the new freshmen, so it wasn't terribly difficult.
Mm-hmm. And now last season you were around for from this point into postseason play. Did Saturday's advance in tournament action, that feel any different from last year?
Yeah, a little bit.
How so? More hungry to win it, or?
Yeah, I think we're not as burnt out this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of our hearts are in it, and we want to go to nationals. And
are you anxious? And you're going to play Friday again, tournament action. Are you anxious for that?
Yes.
What do you do now? You got all week long to
Practice.
wait. Just practice?
Practice.
Do you ever get nervous thinking about it, or?
No, just
No?
another game.
Okay. What about school? Do you have a major, anything?
I want to do something with sports medicine, like athletic training type stuff, but I'm not really sure right now.
Mm-hmm. Any schools that you've seen that you like, or?
I was kind of considering Eastern, going there because they have a really good athletic training program, but I'm not real sure yet.
You have plans to continue playing softball?
Thinking about it.
Thinking about it, not
Yes.
sure.
Right.
Okay. All right, we've been visiting with Tori Purcell from the Lady Lakers softball team. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have another Lady Lakers softballer here, Katie Reif. So stay with us for more Lakers Live on 89.9, the Max Alternative.